following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Anthony Dorsett, Damontre Moore, and Newy Scruggs.
It is the Players Lounge. I am not Newy Scruggs, and I'll say this again. I am the handsomer, slimmer Jesse Holly sitting in for Newy Scruggs. Players Lounge presented to you by Aristocrat. I got Barry Church, Damontre Moore, and I'm about to call you Anthony Dixon. I don't know why I'm about to call you Anthony. I don't want to call you Anthony.
He's so disrespectful, man. That boy, Anthony Dorsett.
Anthony Dorsett. And on the phone, we have Newy Scruggs, and I'm going to get right into it, fellas.
What's up, man?
As of about 15 minutes ago, bombshell news has come down. We thought this was going to be a chill and easy Friday.
Yeah.
We was going to come in here, do what we do, and
Who's
get
having
the
a
hell
good
up
camp?
out of here.
You know what I mean? That ain't one of those
Get the hell
days.
up out of here
Yeah.
and enjoy the weekend.
And they got the day off out there, too, as well. So,
Yeah, until Micha Parsons said, au contraire, mon ami, I got a little something for y'all. We've known the back and forth that they've been having, Micha with the hold in, and then he dropped this is the big joke of the day. He dropped the big joke of the day, and Micha Parsons has formally requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys. He has come to his wits' end with this holdout. He has come to his wits' end with the shots being taken at him. He has come to his wits' end without the ownership contacting his agent, and he said, I'm out. I'm done. I'm finished. I want to be traded. We got Newy Scruggs, boots on the ground in Oxnard, California. We're going to go to Newy. And Newy, give me your thoughts. What are you hearing? Did you see this coming? Did you foresee this happening? This is some big news coming from your franchise player.
It's big news, but it's not the first time that you've seen a player frustrated with negotiations with Jerry Jones. The first Dallas Cowboys training camp I ever covered, 1993. Emmitt Smith was not there. Emmitt Smith had led the league in rushing, and they won the Super Bowl, and Jerry Jones was adamant about how much he wanted to pay him, and he was trying to pay him under what he paid Jerry Jones. Emmitt missed the first two games. What happened? Emmitt got signed. This is a part of how Jerry does business. CeeDee Lamb went through it last year. Dak Prescott went through it. Zach Martin held out just 2 years ago. He was trying to make sure he got his money straight. And at the end of the day, the great players Jerry wants, they all sign. All of them sign. I'm here in Los Angeles. Kobe Bryant told Jerry Buss, man, trade me. Jerry Buss is like, no, I'm not trading you. He finished his career with the Lakers. He won 2 more championships after the trade. Lamar Jackson, he wanted out of Baltimore. They re-signed him. He won an MVP. It's now just Micah's turn here in the blender, guys. It's there, okay? It's going to happen at some point in time. He's under contract, so they don't have to pay him. They're not going to get rid of him. This is his move. It's going to get a lot of publicity. We're going to talk about it. But at the end of the day, Jerry Jones is going to give Micah his money, and he'll be a Cowboy. And then they'll hug and everything else and be just fine.
Yeah, no, Newy's 100% correct on this one. Like he said, Jerry hasn't lost a superstar via free agency or let him walk in who knows how long. And in this situation is not going to change. When it comes to Micha Parsons, he's done everything correct, in my opinion, as far as this whole negotiation thing is concerned. I mean, he was there throughout all OTAs, mini camp. He showed up to camp. He's been that consummate leader, for this team, whether it's on the field or off the field, doesn't get in trouble at any of that stuff. And he's done everything correct since he stepped into the Dallas Cowboys organization. I mean, this is a.
Can I throw
okay, go ahead.
Can I throw a curveball at you?
Yeah, what's going on?
Newy just hit it on that this is a pattern. This is the blueprint. This is something the Cowboys have done for a long time. But if you've noticed, they've taken a little bit more of a frustrating approach this time around when it comes to Micha. Could this be, now this is a Recky Specky.
Okay.
I'm just throwing it out there. Could this be the moment in time where Jerry goes, enough? The agents got me figured out. They know if they just wait it out that we're going to bend over and we're going to pay them and give them all the things that they want, all the years, all the no trade clauses, all of the guarantees that they want. Could this possibly be the moment where Steven and Jerry go, we're changing the plan?
Man, if they do that, it would probably be, one of the worst decisions an organization has made in NFL history.
What?
I mean, if they say enough is enough, I don't want to, deal with this anymore. We're gonna make him, fulfill the whole contract. You're talking about the best player in your organization, on your team. One of the top 3 defensive players, maybe the best, depending on who you're talking to, in the National Football League. This is a game changer. This is not a guy that just puts up sack numbers. This is a guy that can change the fortunes of your franchise. And so for you to sit there and say, you know what, this is it. I'm done. I done had enough. I paid this guy, paid this guy, and start with Micah as the guy that, you're going to chalk your hands with. I feel like that would be one of the worst decisions ever made.
I get it, but maybe I might be a little misinformed, but when you said wipe your hands with it, from my understanding, you're saying maybe the deal is taking so long because Jerry is about to finally do the whole give him everything that he wants in the play.
No.
Oh, you're saying wipe your hands.
Yeah, he said opposite.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Relenting and giving you everything you want that I've done before in the past to all the others.
Okay, well then in that case, then you're right. My sentiments are the same with you because I do feel like you're doing a disservice for it to be the one person that has done everything statistically there. Off the field, he's a voice. And then for him not to be a quarterback and command such a market the way that he does with his media, being a president in the community and being that person, like this is the time for you to say, hey, you're not going to have buyer's remorse like the Cleveland Browns had with Deshaun Watson, or the narrative that's being painted right now that you have buyer's remorse with Trayvon Diggs. If there's anybody that has proven that they're the guy right now, this will be the time for you to say, hey, let me go ahead and do what Jerry does in a big fashion. And like I said, it's above my pay grade, but somebody that actually deserves it. The only other person I could think of in NFL history like this, and just maybe I'm biased in doing my recent tenure, but I'm going to say Aaron Donald is the only other person that is deserving as far as putting up the stats off the field and doing all those things. So yes, this is the time to break the market by not maybe giving him the bank, but do something that's going to make him feel special and that he earned it, because that dog is hungry. He's ready to get there. And now that he's displaying his frustration, we're seeing that. I'm not mad at him for doing that because he's been playing chess and not checkers this whole time. But this last move, it was a little bit of a checkers move. So let's hope that Jerry has a checkers reaction. So it's like this happened, so we could go ahead and be happy about it. But like Newy said, everybody gets paid and everybody is always happy at the end of the deal. We've seen it with Des Bryant and the rest of them.
All right, let me throw this in here, guys. Let me throw this in here. Okay? Something Stephen Jones has said for many, many years now. Deadlines make deals. Think about Dak's deal. When did it get done? It was right before they played the first game. At the end of the day, they know as you get closer toward the season, Michael wants to play. He's a guy that wants to play, and this is when you can put the squeeze and get all this stuff done. They know what they're doing. The franchise is the most valuable in the world. They're going to get it done. This is Micah's party's frustration. He can be mad. And Jerry can sit up here all day long and say what they've been saying. Hey, man, he had a contract this year for like $24 million. He got to go nowhere. You got to play here. And if you can't just sit out, because it's not like you can sit out and get and the years are cured. He's not going to go out and miss out on this money. He doesn't want to lose a year and not put up statistics. They're playing this game. At the end of the day, it's just going to get done. And Mugaleta will get a great deal because you know what all these agents do, and Mugaleta's a great negotiator, number one agent in the NFL right now. It's just going to happen, guys. We're talking about it. It's good stuff. Jerry likes it. Everybody talking about the Cowboys, yada, yada, yada. But it's going to get done. All right? That's my piece.
Real quick, why wait? Why put your franchise at risk for having a slow start by having one of your best players, your game changer, not be ready when the season starts? Why wait to the last minute to get the deal
with
done?
With a new defensive coordinator? Right, with a new defensive coordinator. Oh, I don't know, but they did it last year with CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. This is just how they do it, man. It's just I'm with you, but this is just how they do business. And once again, when you got the most valuable franchise in the world, clearly you know what you're doing because you're just making money left over right, handable shift.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes running a good business.
And they doing a Netflix special on you for a reason.
Right, and I mean, and we've talked about everybody that has been in the blender, like Newy likes to say, but that doesn't mean it's the right way to go about doing business. And at some point in time, like everybody in the locker room is supposed to be treated the same, but everybody does not get the same treatment. Okay, and there was something said. I just read it just a second ago, where it said that Stephen Jones said Micah needs to act like he wants to be paid. Well, what has he done throughout
that's great. That's out of
the years here, playing here, being at everything from OTAs, being at the off-season conditioning program, actually holding in at camp as well. You know what I mean? So when you look at it, like at some point in time, you have to do something a little bit different from time to time. Everybody does not need to be negotiated the same way. And like we know this, fellas, we fall in love with this game as children at an early age. There's no business involved in it at all. The Joneses are what? They're businessmen by trade. We're football players. We're athletes by trade. We want to get back to what's normal to us. We want to be in a comfortable position. Like Church said, why would you have this man who is literally at camp but not participating? And typically what happens when that guy comes back from a holdout is what? Some type of soft tissue, some type of injury, okay? So now what's going on, we're looking at the second week of it, okay? And he's not participating. He's not in these drills. He's actually not getting a chance to play. So at this point, Micah has to also protect his best interests as well, and make sure that he's really ready to go and hopefully when that contract is done and ready to go.
Damontre, you got something?
All right, fellas. I got to head over here. I'm trying to talk to somebody right now over here at Oxnard to see what I can get done for somebody today, guys.
All right, get back to work, big dog.
Later.
But not to be the dead horse, we all agree with it, and I know I'm about to get killed by the fans. Be gentle, everybody that I'm talking to. One is the Players Lounge. We all have a player's perspective, so yes, we all agree. Micah should be paid, and if there's anybody that should be paid, it should be done right now. But also the point of Players Lounge is to give you that other side of it, that inside scoop, and somebody has to play devil advocate. And so if I'm the Joneses, if I'm owning the team, if I wanted to be a GM, like, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to have buyer's remorse too, especially all the guys that I pay. When you think of deals like Ezekiel Elliott deal, when you think of a deal like a Trayvon Diggs deal that's going on, like, yeah, I'm going to sit there and say, man, hey, did I really maximize that deal? Did you deserve that? But in the same bread basket, you have guys like Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, Dez Bryant that earned their contracts and stuff like that. So from a business perspective, we know the Shield is bigger than anything. The Shield is always going to win. And just like some organizations, I tell you right now, one, they might get mad about it, but I bet you the Browns organization is mad about all the money that they spend on Deshaun and sitting there doing that. So when you have situations like that, and overall speaking, in the long term of things, people messing up contracts, it's like, I don't want to do that. But like I said, with that being said, anybody that's proven that he's done it, it deserves to be Micah. But I understand this is a business. Let's not forget that. Like, we're playing a child's game for a king's ransom. You think that I'm not about to go invest, make somebody $100 million type guy, a $200 million type guy, or maybe potentially even, we know Jerry, when he loves his guys, he loves setting the market. He might even give them potential ownership in that. Micah's a smart guy. Like, he's going to sit there and say, let me do something. He ain't going to give him ownership. I'm thinking a little too far. But I did. But he might. What he say? A little too much.
If your last name ain't Jones.
This is true. But
no way.
Also, with him being who he is in the media market, you don't think Jerry's going to sit there and say, hey, I own the NFL Network. Let me give you your own TV show or some backdoor deal. There's some land. There's something. Like, he's going to make it special. And so it's just about, hey, how can you do it? And you know, we all know Mr. Jones, when he's getting ready to get right there, he has 2 or 3 people saying, slow down, don't do this and do that. So my question is, who's pulling the reins?
I think on the business side of things, we've come such a long way, right? Like, when you talk about the media part of it, right? Like, Mike is the president of Bleacher Report, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the president of that sector of Bleacher Report.
Facts.
It's not so singular focused where one person or a small group of people control those type of things. Mike is such a big name that he's going to have options to do anything with everything. And because he was associated with the Star, not that he has to get it from the Star or the people that own the Star, because of his greatness and it being in this uniform, the phone calls happen. The emails get returned. So those type of things, trust me, he's not at Bleacher Report by accident. Okay, Bleacher Report said, you're tied to that franchise. We're going to give you the bag to do that. And forever, we'll keep giving you the bag. So, I mean, the business part of it, I think a lot of people know. And here's also where your representation comes in. We're talking about now the battle of the Forbes, right? We're talking about the Forbes battle. We're talking about Jerry Jones and the Cowboys being the #1 franchise in Forbes evaluation, and we're talking about now David Malugetta being the #1 agent in all the sports.
Already $1 billion over negotiating contracts this year.
So
just to put
David has it figured out. Like he has it figured out, and he's going to have a plan set up for Micha that's going to take whatever he makes now and make him a lot of money for a lot of years. So it's just we've come to a different place now where you don't need the team to set you up for greatness. Micha's a big enough entity on his own that he's going to get all the brand deals that he wants and he needs. And he is a person who doesn't come with a checkered past, because a lot of times, you don't get the green dollars from the white people when you got a checkered past.
No, that's a fact.
Right? Scared. They don't want
everything.
They don't want to. If they're scared to deal with you or what you may bring, they're not bringing the bag to you.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? And Micha doesn't. Micha, while he has this thing that he says in the media, that's the media. That's words. He doesn't have anything on his ledger that says this is a guy who we can't give a $100 million media distribution deal to. You know what I'm saying?
He's checked every box that you can think of when it comes to that. Like when I think of players like Micha, I can't help but think of Dion when he was playing, if that makes sense. Like to have that magnitude of effect on the media market, go out there, put the results down there. But the difference between him and the Deion Sanders effect, he has a certain humbleness about him, like that he's been showing like, hey, I'm the guy, I want to be here. He's saying all the right answers. And so for him to be in that position right now, he's played everything right.
I believe that, and part of the negotiations with him having one of the top agents was that was all a negotiation tactic for him to hold in to begin with. Yeah. I definitely think that they was probably trying to see how much leverage they had up front, how soon it could actually get done with him actually being in the presence. Okay, hey, go out there, have those conversations. You know what I'm saying? Talk, see where Jerry coming from. Report back to me. Let me know what's cracking and everything else like that. But now that we're at this place here, okay, and it ain't no budging. Ain't nothing else happening. I keep running my mouth. I'm saying all the right stuff while I'm running it, though, but it's no progress being made. So, I'm like, Micha, like, how much longer do I need to it's not even about me saying I want to be off the team. How much longer do I have to keep sitting here watching and not being able to participate and trying to be a part of this team? You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So I feel where he's coming from. I understand, but I definitely think that him going to camp was part of their negotiation tactics as well.
100%.
All right, let's take our first break, and we'll get back to this conversation. If you're just hearing this, Micha Parsons has formally requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys. This is the Players Lounge. We'll continue this discussion on the other side of this break. Stay right here with us. We'll be right back.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're maxing out overhead presses, pushing through chest flies, or being the hero your golden retriever needs to carry them over that scary bridge, Smoothie King has the fuel to help you go all out. Build muscle and boost your recovery with 45 grams of protein, 0 grams of added sugar, and delicious customizable ingredients in the Gladiator Smoothie. Available in chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. Only at Smoothie King.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Welcome back to the Players Club.
Whoa. Run that back. Run that
back to the Players Lounge.
The lounge is so cool. It feels like
It feels like the club. This feels like the club.
Man, what time is that?
Where's what dollar bill? What dollar bill at?
Dollar bill at.
You know how in your head you tell yourself, don't say Players Club, don't say Players Club, don't say Players Club, and you say Players Club. Welcome back to the Players Lounge.
That's why.
Youth camps. Wow, right at the Players Club. The youth camps. This summer, step into the field with the Dallas Cowboys youth camp presented by Invisalign. Athletes of all skill levels, ages 6 to 16, are invited to learn from former NFL players. I'm at those camps. I'm there. I'm helping Danny McCray and others at those camps. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Campers will have a chance to learn technical skills and lessons on teamwork. Visit DallasCowboys.com/camps to learn more. At the Players Lounge.
There we go.
We pick up the conversation that we had in the first segment. Micha Parsons has formally requested a trade for the Dallas Cowboys. He had a long message, and to summarize some of it, he said, "I am tired of going with the back and forth. I negotiated in good faith. I thought I was having a conversation on leadership. A conversation about contracts came about. I thought we were just talking. The Joneses took that as Bible and said that was it. And he said, my agent has tried over and over again to get in contact with the Joneses, to no avail, that they haven't been able to do anything. He says, as of today, there has not been negotiations with the Joneses and his agent, David Malugeta. And at this point, he has said, and he being Micha Parsons, I want out. Would this be the biggest, would this be the biggest trade? I don't know. Will this be the biggest trade request that we've seen last 10, 15 years when you think about in the National Football League?
100%. I mean, I don't even think anybody comes close to this when you talk about it. I mean, even though you got to rack your brain a little bit to think about it, but man, we're talking about a guy that's a perennial, not Pro Bowler, but perennial All-Pro player. Like it's similar to, like you said, if it was a Aaron Donald or something that was just like, nah, I need him a trade request. Like that. That's the type of impact this guy has on this team. And so, to me, oh man, it would be wild.
To steal something, I'm gonna send this to you, Anthony. To steal something that Damontre said, talking about playing devil's advocate. Is there any goodness that, because you're going to get a king's ransom, right, Anthony? Mm-hmm. If you trade Micha Parsons, you're going to get a king's ransom, right? I would hope. Now, you might be like Nico and them down there with the Dallas Mavericks and not get what you have to get for a star player. But this is just, we're having a conversation, right? We're having a conversation.
This is the lounge.
This is the lounge. Mm-hmm. Anthony, could you see a scenario where if you traded Micha Parsons, you could get back a haul that could bring you enough pieces to come back, kind of almost like the Herschel Walker trade back in the day?
I was just about to say, you got
to give you enough pieces to get this team over the hump.
You can't.
I mean, you definitely can. Hopefully and respectfully, that's what you would want. You know what I'm saying? But there's no guarantee in the production that you're going to get coming back in the building. You already know what you might let go.
Right.
Proven. Mm-hmm. And not at the peak of his career yet.
That's fine.
26 years old.
Come on, man.
Younger.
He getting better. He learning new pass rush moves. All right. He's not even as strong as he's going to be. He ain't hit his grown man strength yet. So when you look at it from that standpoint, like, yeah, you would hope that ransom would give you that and then some. But there's no guarantee to that. And so, you know, when I got what's proven in my hand, I'm not too worried about what I don't know what's in my other hand. I already know I got it with the proof right here.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, nah, man. As much talk as we're doing about it, and I understand he wants to trade, and I can't see them letting that happen. Nah. I just can't see it.
It ain't gonna happen. It's really not. Like, Jerry don't let his players go. But like you said, for devil's advocate, so we're not like every other show, every other podcast of we know he wants to get paid. We know he's the cleanest person in history that we're talking about, at least in my opinion, as far as checking all the boxes that deserves that bag. But nobody is above the shield, and I repeat, nobody is above it. So, like, if you trade him, you can be in a situation where you be like Miami Dolphins, they stack up on all them first-round picks, and then all of a sudden you get a long haul in. We seen it in Damontre and Sue that was the cornerstone for the Lions, and all of a sudden he went down there to Miami in the peak of his career and still was, like, doing numbers if we're saying that. So there are people that can get traded. Obviously Michael's way cleaner. We don't think it's going to happen. But if you trade him, you don't think that an organization that's stockpiled like the Browns or something that got all these first-round picks just sitting in their back pocket, here you go. That's 4 first-round picks. We're going to pay him. And matter of fact, here, we'll take this right here and give you that. Somebody will do that for a perennial guy, like you said, that's not even in his peak. So if the business people and them, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and whoever else that the powers may be, decided to entertain this trade idea, you will see one of those blockbuster deals where you're like, there's no way a franchise let them go. Nobody ever thought the Broncos would let go of Von Miller, right? In his prime like that, they let
Raiders,
him go.
Khalil Mack.
The Raiders with Khalil Mack. Mm-hmm. You go to you think about when DeMarcus Ware, he wasn't in his prime, but he was still giving you prime talent right there, and we let him go, and he went and got a Super Bowl right there. So one man's trash is another man's treasure, like they used to say.
These other organizations, they would definitely, hey, bring Parsons over here.
Yeah,
4 first rounders, whatever the case may be, they would do that. But my thing is, when you at the Cowboys situation, you got the quarterback, right? You got the quarterback that you want. You got the quarterback. You got the receiver, CeeDee Lamb. All right, you got the corners on the back. If they come in healthy, you got the corners. You got the D lineman in Micha Parsons. The edge rusher. You got the edge rusher.
Okay, all right.
You got the edge rusher.
You got an edge rusher.
You got the edge rusher.
We just paid somebody.
And those are all. I'm talking about Osa. Come on, man.
What's wrong with y'all, bro?
Don't do that, man. Don't.
I don't want to. I don't want to go down because I'm ending up dogging it.
Go ahead.
Oh, wow.
But look, you got the cornerstone pieces. You got the cornerstone pieces already there.
Yeah.
Why give away that cornerstone piece for, like you said, AD, some unprovenness?
They're not. And we all know that Jerry does it everything he does is in a big fashion sense. It's America's team. When it came time to it and people was like, oh, snap, Dak's about to get traded. Oh, Zach Martin, a guy that is arguably one of the best, in some people's eye, best Cowboys player to ever put on the star, had to wait and do that. And people were like, oh, Zach's going to go. People are going to line up and do that. And what did he do? He came out and gave them iconic deals within their own respect. Now, it's up to the player if they decided to say, hey, I want to be team friendly. You got guys like Tyron Smith that said, hey, I just want to be here, but I see what's going to happen later down the line and take those deals. And then you got other guys that said, nah, I'm changing the market. Zeke changed the market. Dak changed the market. So right now, Micha has put the ball in his court to say whatever I want to do it. And so if he wants to change the market in some form or fashion, Jerry's going to figure out how to do it. It's just about, are we going to give him the dollar amount or are we going to do it this way? But somehow you're going to be the guy. It's just about being the guy in the right way.
Yeah, we all understand he's going to get paid. Like, that wasn't the question. The thing for me is, but when you look at all those deals, the Zeke deal, the Dak deal, all that good stuff, and they waited forever to get the deals done. How did those guys come back and start the season? You look at Zeke.
Yes.
They all said he was running in Cabo sand. That's how he looked when he came back. Eventually, he started rolling, but it took that much time for him to get rolling.
It did.
You look at Dak, how the communication, how the points was not as high as, we wanted to see from the Cowboys coming out the gate. I mean, I get it. You get the views and all that good stuff. I get it when it comes to the Cowboys organization. It's just, I mean,
right,
man, why would you do that?
Let's take our final break.
Okay.
Let's take our final break. When we come back, I do want to ask you guys a question about how does this look from the outside in? There's other free agents that may be looking down the line and saying, is Dallas a place that I want to go? Are there other players on this team that are like, you got guys like Tyler Smith who's coming up with a contract. Is he looking at this and saying, man, I don't want to go through all this next year when I got to get my money right? So from an outside perspective, we'll kind of break down how does this look for the Cowboys, how they handle their star players. Coming up next on the Players Lounge. Stay right here with us. We'll be right back.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1, any broadcast without the express addition of cooked-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12, no crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31, anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Returning for the 2025 NFL season, Boss reunites with the Dallas Cowboys and Micha Parsons to drop the next chapter of their iconic collaboration. The Boss Cowboys collection fuses fashion and football once again, capturing the fearless spirit of what it means to be your own boss. Just in time for kickoff, gear up in standout styles that show your team pride with a bold edge. Available now at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. Hashtag be your own boss.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
To the Players Lounge.
Players Lounge where the players play, but we also keep it real. This locker room talk right here. This segment is brought to you by Star Magazine, the official 2025 Dallas Cowboys Star Magazine training camp preview is now available. This year's edition features scouting reports, position analysis, and a pull-out schedule poster and articles from your favorite Cowboy writers. Get your training camp preview today at your local pro shop or DallasCowboys.com/star. I am Jesse Holley, former Dallas Cowboy wide receiver, sitting in for the great Newy Scruggs. We had Barry Church, who had to step out. He got, Barry Church, he be on the go. Barry.
Big money Barry.
We got Damontre Moore.
That's me.
We got Anthony Dorsett, and we're talking about this Micha situation. This is the topic of discussion. I had some other things planned as I was driving up here today, and then that news hit, and it was like all hell broke loose. Don't nothing else matter. And this is a pattern that the Cowboys have had when it comes to playing their star players. But this is played out in front of everybody.
Right.
The shots that they taken at Micha and at Diggs, and hell, Terrence Steele was sitting at the crib eating a chicken pot pie, and they took a shot at him. They backed the bus up on him and came to contracts and paying players that probably didn't deserve contracts. Wow. And then now you're looking at arguably
you just re-rolled over him.
The best defensive player in the league, and he has come to a point where he said, "I'm done. I washed my hands with this situation. I no longer want to be a Dallas Cowboys because of their inability to treat me how I'm supposed to be treated. They're taking shots at me. They won't negotiate with my agent. They try to back me into a corner in these conversations in these rooms at the Super Bowl, at all these different events that they had." I want to ask you guys a question, because playing for outside teams and being in this league on the outside peripheral, how does this look? How does this look if you're a guy and you're a pending free agent? This is the year that you're looking, you say, man, this is my last year in this deal, whatever current team I'm on. Maybe I am too, like Micha, a Dallas Cowboys fan. My family is. I've always wanted to play. Damontre is giving me this look. Are outside free agents, are players on this team, i.e. Tyler Smith, Deron Bland, guys who have contracts coming up, are they looking at this Micah situation and saying, you know what, dog? I don't want no parts of that. That organization, I know the name is there and the star is there, but they haven't won much in 30 years, and now this is how they're treating their star player. Damontre, you give me the face. I'm gonna let you rock out first.
This is Kermit the Frog meme. If you ain't understand, that is their business, and I'm gonna sip my tea. At the end of the day, like for guys that are in the organization, sure, you might feel a little personal because it's like you work with this guy. If it's anybody that deserves it, sure. But also, you're taking a look and saying a step back, like. If you're being realistic and if your agent is being realistic for free agents, guys that are listening to me or not or whatever, if it goes viral or not, like know your worth and know your value. But also with that being said, like it's going to happen. The shield is the shield. Recruiting is recruiting. Let's not get it twisted. This is still America's team. This is still the most valuable team and franchise out of all 32 teams. People will take less money just to come here so they can hopefully be the star on the field and realize it, as you mentioned earlier, the different brand deals, everything that's come along with it. You think Micha, like you said, Bleacher Report, Micha has cornerstone that corner. Like Jerry has mentioned it in the past, like he's helped all his guys. Whatever you want to get into, we can help you get there. So they are sitting there saying like, oh yeah, they're playing hardball, but at the end of the day, like Newy said, the facts are there. Their guys get paid just like anywhere else they get paid. And nobody's looking at that. You're going to sit there and be like, not me. I'm going to do this and that. I'm going to take less money. I ain't going to play as hardball. And guess what? When you're a record-breaking guy, it's going to take a lot longer. Everybody doesn't get paid when they want to get paid. Some guys get paid a little bit early and this and that, but guess what? They left some chicken out there. They left some skin on the bone, some meat there. Well, guess what? Right now, Mike already told you. He said, I'm not taking this and that. I'm going to get paid what I want to. So for him to get paid like that, it's going to take time. And so for him to get there, with those other guys and those free agents, they're going to sit there and say, well, shoot, they gave him that bag. I know they got the bread over there. Hey, that's America's team. I know I can get this money off the field. So people are still going to want to play for the star. It doesn't affect it.
Just thinking about the names that you mentioned who have all gone through this, and it seems like they were all Cowboy draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's one thing. All right? So in that, they've gone through their first contract with the team, and now they're working on their second. You know what I mean? And it may be their biggest one. Free agents, they ain't just chasing cash, they chasing championships as well. You know what I mean? And so it depends on what guy we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse mentioned, Cowboys ain't done nothing in almost 30 years. You know what I mean? But pay some people, but they haven't won any championships. So as a free agent, if I'm looking at the opportunity, and it depends on what I'm chasing, okay? If I'm chasing the bag, not worried about winning the championship or anything else like that, and I'm looking at, say, some longevity as far as off-the-field things, and I know what this platform of the star can do for me, oh, yeah, I'm definitely interested in it. But if I'm chasing the bag and I'm chasing championships as a free agent, looking at this situation here, like I'm knowing that I may come here from another team and have one deal here, likely. Because that second deal here may be the hardest thing for me to ever get going. And somebody else may be able to pay me equal or close to it with less headache and may be able to get me to a better winning situation as well. So it just, like Jesse asked, as a free agent, it would honestly depend on what I needed and what I wanted. And then I'm breaking down the structure of the team. Is this a championship team? What can we actually do with this team?
But you prove my points exactly what I'm saying, that it's all the other outside stuff that proves and has the implication on what the original question was. Does this situation affect free agency? It's not. It's about what I said, the money, the brand, this and that. What you said, championships, rings, and stuff like that. Like Micha's situation
you don't think that a free agent sitting at home watching this is like saying like, nah, I don't want to be part of that circus?
There's certain people, yeah, but everybody has a circus within themselves, whether it's with a guy getting paid on time, a guy going to, quote-unquote, a losing organization, this and that. We all know if you're a playmaker, you're going to change it. If you're a bag getter, you're going to go get this bag. Like, yes, there are going to be some guys that might take it personal, the guys that have already made their money and stuff like that. Those vets, yeah, they might say, hey, I don't want to go with the headache, so I'm not going to do that. But those are the guys that made their money. The guys that haven't got their bag yet, they're going to sit there and be like, it's America's team. I'm trying to get it. Like everybody, what does every player do when we all came into the league? We can change the organization. We can change that. Like, why not us? We're already an anomaly by getting drafted and doing all these other things. I look at it where I'm betting on myself and saying, oh, they wouldn't do me like that because I'm going to come in here and do this or do that in a different standpoint.
I'm just saying free agents, everybody that's a free agent ain't got money, and everybody that's a free agent it may have some. You know what I'm saying? So what it boils down to, and what I'm trying to stick to, is just the simple fact of, like, as I'm sitting at home observing how they're treating their players that they've drafted that they supposed to already be in love with.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't part of that draft. They don't have no reason to love me but for my production.
Facts.
I haven't been in that organization for a number of years. They haven't seen me day in and day out show up, put my leadership to the point, to the front of the everything that's going on. You know what I mean? And so as guys sit back and they watch all this, it's a turnoff to a lot of dudes. It definitely would be.
Yeah,
you know,
and perception's everything. It's to have that half glass mentality. Is it full or is it not? Like you said, I think I definitely agree with you as far as saying there's going to be some guys that are going to be turned off in that thing. But when it comes to talking your contracts, those guys are typically the guys that's already made their money. The guys that say, hey, I can go over here and do this and do that. But for a guy that is sitting there talking X's and O's, your agent is saying, get over there. And not everybody gets hardball like this with the Cowboys when it comes to contract negotiation. Hell, they just paid the tight end. We didn't see it coming like that. Like, there have been guys now outside.
They paid the tight end.
That was their guy. That was the guy.
That doesn't have the amount of production, notoriety, leadership, or anything like Micha has on this team.
That's why I said.
Okay, and then we talked earlier about, you guys mentioned everybody else, from Dak to Dez, to all these dudes who have been in here, put their best foot forward, and still had to go through the whole fight and everything else to just get what they deserve. You know what I mean? And everybody didn't break the market or set the market. Some of these dudes got what the market was given.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's that hard, like, I mean, if I'm Jerry, I negotiating, I see TJ Watt out there, I know what I got in my house right now, you know, Why let somebody else go set the market for you?
Of course. I mean, business-wise, you say that, but you're also, now that's where it's above our pay grade, but your pride and ego is getting into the way. That's where I'm not going to say pride and ego, but that's where different, who's going to stick to their guns and say this and that. And if I'm Jerry in my position and stuff like that, I'm the reason that the organization has gotten to where it is, being worth the amount of money that it's worth, me paying the players like that. I'm going to stick to my guns because guess what? I'm going to beat, most likely, guess what? Who's going to be here when you're gone? Who was here before you got here? Who brought this here? So I'm going to stand on that. Just like a player going to sit there and say, hey, I'm standing on my resume, like this is what I did. And both of them are having a stale match, but guess what? You got two big horses that are ramming each other. We don't know what's going to happen. Who's going to give first? And that's what it is. But we all know that whenever it gives and that levee breaks, it's going to break because the Brinks trucks is rolling in. There's going to be some type of deal or something. I'm telling you, he might not have ownership, but he's going to have some big land out there in Prosper, Texas by Universal Studios that's kicking up. It's something.
Well, the Cowboys will be back at practice tomorrow. They had a day off today, and boy, talking about dropping some news on your day off. Right. You ain't get fired on your day off, but to drop some news on your day off. And I thank you guys for allowing me to join you today while Newy is in Oxnard, California.
Mr. Nobu.
Yeah, Mr. Nobu himself. And I think I may be back next week because I think Newy still might be.
No, he's still gone.
Still might be.
He out of here.
Yeah.
He said he was going to be there until the game. So
okay.
I think next week, what, Tuesday and Thursday?
Well, I'll be back with you guys Tuesday and Thursday next week.
Yes, sir.
So hopefully we'll have something more productive to talk about. Well, we're going to get into training camp and players and things of that nature. But I appreciate you guys letting me hang with you. Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Damontre.
I appreciate you, brother.
Barry Church, for Newy Scruggs, for Paul, I'm Jesse Hollyman. And the soap opera continues. It continues, and we'll see what the hell happens over the weekend. Micha has dropped the big joker. We'll see what the response of the Jones family is. But we'll be here, back here on the Players Lounge next week. Thank you guys for joining us. See you next time.
Right there.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!